All right, gang, I was a little under the weather last night, and then this morning's been kind of busy, so I really wasn't able to get an editorial for you this morning. But I do have something I want to brush real quick across and get your comments on it in the comment section below. Is reference the security guard in Robbins, Illinois, outside of Chicago, that was shot by the police officer. I was reading about it. I was looking for an editorial, and I just didn't. I ran out of time. But what I was doing, I ran across another article on that story. They've even said more about it now. Now, some of you may say, why don't you just call the police department and get the information? You really think they're going to tell me exactly what happened, or are they going to give me the version that backs up the officer that shot? And they're still not releasing his name. But the police chief, Dan Delaney of the Midlothian Police Department there in Illinois, saying that he's saddened by this tragedy, that this man was a brave man who saved lives. And, he was unfortunately shot by a police officer. And he wanted to be a police officer, and yet he was shot by the police. But in this new article that I read this morning, I didn't think to grab it for you guys, but you got Google, right? You got Bing. But they're saying that now that there's a report that came out based on a lawsuit now. His mother is filing a federal lawsuit. There's a report that came out that said that Jamel Roberson may not have been wearing security gear to identify himself as a security guard. Yet a couple of articles I read, one said he had gear on that said security. Another one said he had a hat that was emblazoned with security. But this report they're filing says he didn't have anything to identify himself as a security guard. It's saying that the police officer yelled multiple times to drop your firearm, and Roberson didn't drop his firearm. Well, let's say you have an undercover cop and the police officer's yelling, drop your firearm, drop it. Really think the undercover police officer is going to throw his gun down and go, no, he's going to hold his gun and go, I'm an undercover cop, man. I'm a police officer. Hold his badge up, right? Something to that effect. I don't know. Maybe he will. I'm not psychic. But they said the report said that the officer was yelling at him multiple times to drop your weapon, drop your firearm, and Roberson would not. Other people are saying that they were yelling at the police officer saying, he's a security guard, he's helping, don't fire. It's not saying, though, in the report, the time span between drop your weapon, drop your firearm, and when the police officer fired his firearm. So we don't know if he said, drop your weapon, drop it, bang, 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 or if there was a time span, if he waited, if he was, how many times he said it. Just says multiple times he said, drop your firearm in the report. People are saying the report came out too quickly, that maybe it could be biased, or that it could not reflect, all of the information. In fact, Roberson's mother's attorney, Greg Kulis, said in effect in that story that usually it takes about 9 months for a good police report to come out after a shooting. The shooting team, and they get together and they do their investigation and their report. Said it usually takes about 9 months. This has been days, and the report is out. So the moral of the story here, what I'm bringing you guys to, is that there's so much conflicting information. They're saying people were yelling at the officer that that's a security guard, he's helping. The report is saying the officer yelled multiple times, drop your firearm. They're saying Roberson didn't drop his firearm, who wasn't wearing anything to identify himself as a security guard. Yet the other articles said he was, emblazoned with security gear on. I don't know. Like I said, some people will say, why don't you just call the police department and ask them? Because we all know, and I know from doing so many editorials, they're either not going to give all the information, or they're going to give information that supports what the officer did. So we're basically we'll be back to square one again. Is there anybody that was at Mannys Blue Room Lounge that may have seen one of my editorials that can comment? Is there anybody that has footage from a cell phone or a camera? That usually cell phone has a camera, and everybody wants to record with their iPhone. Is there anybody out there that was there that night that can give us what happened? Did you record it? Please put it up. Let us see it. Maybe FOIA I don't know. from California, would I be able to FOIA the footage of the body cam of the officer? That's what we really need, is the officer's body camera. Was his body camera rolling? It's another thing to think about. And maybe I'm going to put them on the spot. Here I am. I'm going to put you guys on the hot seat. I'm going to put the spotlight on you. Chi-Town Sue and Pink Camera Magic, Deborah Lynn, can you guys get over there and get the story for us? You're in Chicago. Get over there and get the story for us. I can't just jump on a plane and fly out there, Wish I could, but I can't. So I want to know, is there anybody out there that was there that night that can give us some insight to this? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What is going on with this? We don't know.